students, so what we're going to do today is we are going to practice simplifying our radical expressions again, specifically just the square roots. So I found these 3 problems from your IXL today, and I thought they would be good examples. Hopefully you run into them again. So I know I gave you 2 methods to solve this, but I really like method 2 because I think it's a lot faster, and I have my perfect squares memorized. So you should also have your perfect squares memorized at least up to 12. So remember, 12 times 12 is 144. If you need help, make sure you go ahead and Google perfect squares and have it open next to you while you do your IXL today. So in 27, I know that it has a perfect square of 9 because 9 times 3 is 27. And the square root of 9 is 3, so that comes outside the radical. And you're left with a 3 left on the inside. I know I'm done because the 3 on the inside here is a prime number and there's no perfect squares in it. All right, next problem. See, these are so fast. Now 50. Now this one's a little bit harder because a lot of times our brain goes right to 5 times 10, but neither 5 or 10 are perfect squares. But I know that 25 is a perfect square, and 25 times 2 gets me 50. So 25, square root of 25 is 5, so that comes out of the radical, and I'm left with the square root of 2 underneath. Once again, I know I'm done because the square root of 2 is not a perfect square, or does not have a perfect square in it. All right, now final one. Now this is what I told you about on the assignment page. If it has a number outside already, don't be alarmed. All you want to do is you want to make sure that whatever you get coming out of the radical, you just multiply it times that 4. So for 45, that one, once again, you automatically go, 5 times 9. Okay, that is a perfect square. Sorry, thinking out loud. So, this was the example I did for you guys. So there's your 9 and 5, which takes you to 3 square root 5. But once again, don't forget about this 4 that was out front. So really, you're going to take 4 times 3 and get a 12 in front of your radical. But I know I'm all done because once again, square root of 5 is a prime number and does not have a perfect square in it. So hopefully these examples helped you kind of refresh your memory on simplifying radicals. This is going to come in handy when you get to quadratic formula and you don't have a calculator. I know yesterday you did, so you didn't have to worry about it. But when you get to problems without a calculator, this will help you solve them because you'll simplify your radical down to help you more approximate where the decimal will be. So that's it for today. Best of luck. Email me if you need any help.